For the better part of a decade, the electric vehicle industry has been chasing a phantom. They call it the solid-state battery, and it has long been considered the absolute holy grail of energy storage. Every few years, a new startup or a massive legacy automaker steps up to the microphone, promises a miracle battery that charges in seconds and lasts forever, and then quietly pushes their production date back another 5 years. We have grown completely numb to these announcements. Vaporware, hype, and empty press releases have conditioned us to believe that the solid-state revolution is perpetually 5 years away. But then, out of nowhere, a small Finnish technology company named Donut Lab walked onto the stage at the 2026 Consumer Electronics Show and changed the narrative completely. They did not just bring a white paper or a tiny coin cell prototype in a glass case. They brought a fully functioning, production-ready electric motorcycle that you can actually buy right now, and it is powered by a genuine solid-state battery. As we continue, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel with the bell notification turned on for more videos. To truly understand why the Donut Lab battery is making such enormous waves, we have to look at the batteries powering almost everything in your life right now. Traditional lithium-ion batteries, the kind in your smartphone, your laptop, and current electric cars, rely on a liquid electrolyte to move energy back and forth. This liquid is the Achilles heel of modern electronics. It is heavy, it degrades relatively quickly over time, and most worryingly, it is highly flammable. If a lithium-ion battery gets punctured or overheats, that liquid can ignite, leading to thermal runaway and dangerous chemical fires that are incredibly difficult to extinguish. Solid-state technology eliminates that liquid completely, replacing it with a solid material to conduct the energy. This fundamental change in architecture solves almost every problem associated with traditional batteries. They do not catch fire, they can hold vastly more energy in a much smaller space, and they can endure extreme wear and tear. The problem has never been the concept. The problem has always been figuring out how to manufacture them at scale without making them cost a fortune. When you look at the raw specifications that Donut Lab has published for their new battery pack, it is easy to see why so many industry veterans initially called it a scam. The energy density is rated at a staggering 400 watt-hours per kilogram. To put that into simple English, it means this battery can hold roughly 30 to 50% more energy than the absolute best lithium-ion batteries currently on the market, all without adding a single ounce of extra weight. Imagine taking your current electric car, swapping the battery pack for one of the exact same physical size, and suddenly gaining hundreds of extra miles of range. That is the kind of leap we are talking about. But the energy density is only the beginning of the story. The company claims this battery can be charged from flat to full in just about 5 minutes. Independent testing has already shown a real-world development mule motorcycle charging from 10% to 80% in a mere 12 minutes. That is basically the time it takes to stop at a gas station, use the restroom, and buy a snack. Perhaps the most shocking part of this charging speed is how the battery stays cool. When you push electricity into a traditional battery that fast, it generates an immense amount of heat. Modern electric cars require heavy, complicated, and expensive liquid cooling systems running through the battery pack just to keep the cells from melting down during a fast charge. The Donut Lab battery completely throws that out the window. Because of its unique solid-state chemistry and a design that uses flat, rectangular plates instead of traditional cylindrical cells, the battery handles heat beautifully. It operates perfectly fine across wild temperature extremes, from 22 degrees below 0 Fahrenheit all the way up to boiling point. Because it remains so stable, it only requires basic air cooling. There are no liquid coolant loops, no heavy pumps, and no complicated thermal management systems. Just heat sinks and the natural airflow that comes from riding a motorcycle. This simplicity removes weight, reduces the cost of manufacturing, and practically eliminates the need for long-term maintenance. If you own a smartphone, you know the depressing reality of battery degradation. After a couple of years, Your phone simply does not hold the charge it used to because the internal chemistry is breaking down. Current electric vehicle batteries are much better, usually lasting thousands of cycles, but they still have an expiration date. Donut Lab claims their solid-state battery can endure an astonishing 100,000 charge cycles with virtually zero degradation. Let that number sink in for a moment. If you fully charged and discharged your vehicle every single day, it would take you over 270 years to reach 100,000 cycles. For all practical purposes, this battery will easily outlast the motorcycle it is attached to, and possibly the rider as well. It turns the battery from a wear-and-tear consumable item into a permanent component of the machine. Beyond the physical performance, there is a massive geopolitical and environmental victory hidden inside this battery. The global scramble for lithium, cobalt, and other rare earth metals has created massive supply chain bottlenecks and serious ethical concerns regarding mining practices. Donut Lab has completely engineered these problematic materials out of the equation. Their battery is built using abundant, affordable, and fully green materials. They do not rely on rare earths or materials sourced from politically volatile regions. By stepping away from the traditional lithium-ion supply chain, Donut Lab has made a battery that is actually cheaper to manufacture than the older technology. It is a rare win-win scenario where the environmentally friendly option is also the most economically viable one. All of these claims would be meaningless if the battery was just sitting on a test bench in a laboratory. The true genius of Donut Lab is how they chose to bring this to the world. Donut Lab is actually a spin-off company born from Verge Motorcycles, a Finnish electric motorcycle manufacturer known for building incredibly futuristic bikes with a signature hubless rear-wheel motor. Instead of trying to sell their battery to a massive car company where it would get stuck in years of bureaucratic red tape, the founders simply put it into their own product. The new Verge TS Pro and TS Ultra motorcycles are the first production vehicles on the planet to hit the road with this technology. By doing this, they instantly prove the skeptics wrong. They are not asking you to believe a chart on a screen. They are asking you to take their bike for a test ride. When you look at what this battery does for the Verge TS Pro, the results are nothing short of transformative. A standard electric motorcycle usually struggles to break the 150-mile mark because there simply is not enough physical room on a bike to stuff a massive battery pack. Thanks to the extreme energy density of the Donut Lab cells, Verge has managed to fit a massive 33.3 kilowatt-hour battery inside the frame. The result is a staggering maximum range of 370 miles on a single charge. That does not just beat other electric bikes, that rivals heavy, gas-powered adventure and touring motorcycles.